Every morning, before you do anything else, please take a few moments of reflection to start your day in peace and harmony. The beginning to your day is very important. It is then, in the beginning, that new forces are set in motion and given direction. For my routine, I set my intent to simply have a good day. That's simple. The skill comes in making it your first conscious thought as you become conscious when waking. Simply say to yourself, in your mind or out loud, I choose to have a good day today. This will take some time to master, but it is well worth it. You may also choose your own things to say. I always start with I choose to be prosperous, loving, lucky, etc. You can choose anything really. Now, if we want to act wisely and well, we must start by casting some light on the situation. You do not look for something or start work in the dark. You start by putting the light on, so you can see what you are doing. You can apply this principle to every area of life. In order to know what to do and how to do it, you must switch on the light. Or in other words, to concentrate and look within. Without this light, you will wander in all directions and knock on many different doors, never really achieving anything. Our days follow the direction that we give to our first thoughts in the morning, depending on if we are mindful or not. We either clear the way ahead or litter it with all kinds of useless and possibly dangerous debris. Disciples of initiatic science know how to start the day so that it may be fruitful and rich in some way. They understand how important it is to begin the day with one fundamental thought around which all other thoughts that day will revolve. If you keep your sights fixed on a definite goal, an ideal, all your activities will begin to organize themselves and fall in line in such a way as to contribute to the realization of that ideal. Now, even any negative or alien thoughts or feelings that attempt to subvert you will be deflected and put at the service of divine will. Even they will be forced to follow the direction you have chosen, thanks to the fundamental thought you had first thing in the morning. You placed in your mind and heart. Now your whole day will be recorded in the book of life. Now that you have had this good, prosperous, loving day recorded, it will endeavour to get all other days that follow it to emulate it. Try to live just one day as well as you possibly can. Therefore it will influence all your days so as to be well balanced, orderly and harmonious. Okay, so now to fix that fundamental thought for the day, that initial ideal for you to contemplate, meditate and reflect on each morning before you do anything. You have an apple or a pear or some such fruit. This fruit has already been picked, and if you examine it through scientific instruments, you would see that it differs from a similar fruit still attached to its tree. On the tree, living force flows through this fruit, and it is supplied with sap elaborated by the whole universe. The moment the fruit is picked, it no longer receives these energies. The same applies to human beings. People must be studied while still linked to the cosmic tree, because there they are alive, gifted and radiant. That is why science, which likes to study people when they are, as it were, cut off from the tree of life, cannot really know what human life is. They only study corpses. You could say, yes, but at least we can dissect a corpse and see how it is made. We can't do that to a living body. Well, this just proves that other means of studying the human body while it is whole and alive need to be found, without cutting it into pieces, and these means do exist. When we have them at our disposal, we will discover all the subtle currents circulating through us, linking us to the whole universe. Each word carries a certain resonance or vibration, which gives it the power to act either constructively or destructively. Most people are not aware of this fact, which is why their words alone cause so much damage and misery. Every word pronounced arouses feelings. That is why, if we speak with constructive and inspiring words, their corresponding feelings are very soon aroused. When an actor sets foot on the stage, he cannot immediately experience the emotions his role requires him to express. But as soon as he begins to speak, the very words he utters makes him experience those emotions with increasing intensity, and he is then able to communicate these emotions to the audience. The words themselves release energies, and these energies act upon the public. On reflection, it is clear that we must be extremely careful about our words and watch that we do not speak carelessly using negative words which create unhappiness and devastation. We wish to instruct or heal others, but before making any attempt to do so, it is wise to study, because without proper training, it is too easy to make mistakes. Sometimes it is essential to study conventional sciences, medicine for example. There are people who have acquired a degree of magnetism because of their immense love of their fellow human beings, and because they have worked on certain virtues, and they can use this power with beneficial effect on the physical body. Of this there is no doubt. Such people, however, are rare. If you wish to cure people, you must start by studying. Otherwise, there is a danger you will make matters worse. Conventional medical practice is not ideal, because very often only the physical body is examined, and all that lies over and above the physical state is ignored. But the groundwork of knowledge it offers is essential. Then, if you want to continue further and decide to concentrate your research on more subtle spiritual aspects of healing, this is commended. But know that in order to care for people, preliminary study is always essential. We leave beneficial or malevolent traces, rather like invisible fingerprints, everywhere we go and on whatever we touch. It is said that wherever some people tread, the grass grows no more. Of course, this idea is symbolic, but it is no exaggeration. Other beings have the opposite effect. They are so richly endowed with love and goodness, they cover everything in their wake with traces so beneficial that all who follow in their footsteps feel enlightened, warmed, and revived. This is why we too, wherever we pass, should remember to say aloud a few words of blessings and good wishes, such as, "May light shine on all who pass this way. Whoever they may be, they are all children of God, so let them work for peace and brotherhood." This may be the first time you have heard such a suggestion, but why wait to be prompted? Do you have to be told to send greetings and good wishes to your nearest and dearest? Of course not. Do you spontaneously prompted by your affections, feelings? Why not then spontaneously send greetings and wishes for the whole of creation? Watch a person of a very tender age. The slightest incident gives rise to dramatic scenes of distress, upheaval, and outbursts of all kinds. That is why his divine self cannot yet flourish in him. As the years go by, however, he gradually settles down, calm starts to take hold, silence establishes itself within, and all his qualities start to appear. Previously, these same qualities remained hidden, unable to manifest because conditions were not right. Observe vegetation in nature. Occasionally, some plants grow prematurely before the winter is out, and if there is a misfortune of a storm or heavy frost, they uproot or freeze to death. A plant cannot really flourish as long as conditions are not favourable, while the same is true with people. As long as they are exposed to storms or extreme temperatures, they cannot hear the inner voice of wisdom, the voice of the higher self. Passions must first calm down, and only this calm provides the right conditions for all the good qualities to show themselves. The masculine principle and the feminine principle are physically present in the bodies of all human beings. In fact, both principles are present in their mouths. The tongue is the masculine principle and the lips are the feminine principle, and together they have a child, speech. That is why the only true power of human beings lies in speech. Indeed, human beings can achieve as much by speech alone as by any other material means. We can build and destroy, we can gather and we can separate, we can restore peace and we can start a war. We can heal, we can make unwell. When the primitive androgyny divided into two, it could be said that symbolically woman kept the lips, the feminine principle, and man kept the tongue, the masculine principle. This is why, in order now to retrieve their original power, they seek to unite. Yes, from there stems this age-old impulse that makes men and women seek each other out. Even if this takes the form of pleasure or diversion, its fundamental purpose is to seek out the unity of the world, the unity of the creative principle, which is both male and female. In the dialogue, The Banquet, Plato recounts the myth of the primitive androgyny. In days long gone by, human creatures are said to have lived on earth, who were both male and female. They were spherical in shape and had 2 faces, 4 arms, 4 legs, 2 genitalia, etc. These creatures had exceptional vigour, and conscious of their power, they undertook to attack the gods. Greatly concerned, the latter sought a way to weaken them, and it was Zeus who found the answer. They would be cut in 2. This was done, and that is why ever since then these 2 halves of one divided being roam the world, continuously looking for each other in order to unite, and so refined their initial integrity. In Plato's myth, one detail is particularly significant. In order to weaken these creatures, threatening the power of the gods, Zeus decided to split them in half. The conclusion is clear. The power of human beings depends on the possession of both principles. Human beings are akin to gods when they possess both principles, masculine and feminine. Okay, so now that I've given you some ideas for your first thought of the day after you've said to yourself your first waking conscious thought, I choose to have a good day or whatever, you have a think about these ideas throughout your day. Okay, I would suggest just choosing one of these per day to dwell upon, think of throughout your day. You can always come back to this video another day and choose another one. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon. Love you all. Take care now. Bye.